This weird. It's perfect. Hey guys, Coach Will and Coach Adam coming to you from Total Performance Training Center in Jackson, Michigan. Today for Wellness Wednesday, we're going to be talking about in-season training. So athletes, they come see us for 2 to 3 months, sometimes 6 months or so in their off-season leading up to their main sport. But then once in-season hits, we don't hear from them and we don't see them that entire time. When they do finally come back to us, yes, it's great to see them, but unfortunately a lot of times those athletes are a little bit deconditioned from their sports, or they're lacking some of the strength that they had gained because either by their choice or by coach's choice, they didn't do anything in season to help maintain what they got.
In-season training is often overlooked and underutilized by a lot of sport coaches. We know it's super important to get in the in-season. The off-season is our time to shine as performance professionals. That's where we can help our kids increase their strength, get faster, and maybe make some body composition changes that are going to help them with their next sports season. Once the in-season rolls around, it's time for us to shift our focus and just help keep that athlete primed and ready to compete in their sport. So in-season, our goals shift to just maintaining strength that we've built in the off-season, which we can't do if we're not getting in the weight room and training. We usually decrease our volume a little bit, but we will keep sets, fewer sets and repetitions, but with a little bit heavier weight and doing conditioning like sprints, just trying to get us the most bang for our buck exercises. We'll also focus more on mobility, soft tissue, and recovery work, depending on how stressed the athlete is from competition, practice, school, or just life.
So like Coach was saying, a lot of times in-season training is overlooked. So even if a coach does start to do it in the beginning, or you as an athlete starts to do it in the beginning, there becomes a point where it's like, we got to focus mainly on our skills right now, or we just had a bad loss and we need to, hit defense or our offensive scheme a little bit harder. And we're not saying that there's a substitute for your skill work and knowing your plays, but a lot of times that in-season training kind of gets thrown out the window right away. Good thing is, again, like Coach Adam was saying, fewer repetitions, fewer sets with some heavier load means that you don't need to spend quite as much time in the weight room like you did in the off-season. 30 to 60 minutes each week, whether that's 1 or 2 sessions, should be enough to hopefully maintain everything that you've gotten. And don't forget though, being a good athlete or a great athlete requires year-round preparation. Think about the Olympians or the NFL guys or the people in the MLB. They're trying to do something year-round for their training. Whether that is hitting the weights, whether that is skill work, or even the recovery work. Just because it's recovery, if you're doing it for your sport to help you get ready for an in-season or maybe for the next week of playing or come back from an injury, then technically that is some form of sports training. So don't think of it as it always needs to be pedals to the floor 100%. So if you guys have any questions or want to contact us, feel free to give us a shout out. Otherwise, find a local gym near you, talk to your coach, try to see if you can get in the weight room for your in-season. That way you can continue down the right path for success.
Short.